Windows Longhorn, or Windows Vista, is an operating system that's the successor of Windows XP. In this video, we will be exploring many builds of Windows Longhorn and Windows Vista to see how much has changed from Windows XP. For this experiment, I'm going to be using real hardware. I could use a virtual machine, but to get the best experiences possible, real hardware is the right way to go. In question, I will be using my Dell Vostro 200 PC, which was used in many of the videos I did over the past few months or even years. Without further ado, let's start and be wowed. So it begins here. This is a Windows XP machine that I freshly installed. You can look at the specifications right here. Now, I have loaded all of the Longhorn and Vista builds into this handy dandy USB drive. This is build 3683, which is the earliest leak of Windows Longhorn to be available on the internet. Right off the bat, it looks very similar to Windows XP. Go figure. Unfortunately, I will have to do a clean installation because upgrading will break most of the features in this build. The license agreement is the same. You have to put the product key in. So, because I'm doing a clean installation, most of the settings should be lost, but it's worth it. For the next clip, I need to apologize because my capture card glitched up during the installation process. This is not Windows Longhorn's fault. Thank God. This is after the upgrade. We can see the post-installation log, like unlicensed or not signed files. But we can continue. So we got the same out-of-box experience, but we can always skip this by using taskkill command. The logon UI looks different. There's a time and a date on the upper right corner, and the scheme looks different. After installing all the drivers while you're not looking, as you can see, this is a skinned version of Windows XP because all the icons look the same. There's a take a tour. The WinVer looks different, and right off the bat, there's a center title bar text, something that Windows 1, 2, 3, and 8 had. Going down to desktop properties, right off the bat, it looks something different. This is an Avalon-based application that Microsoft has been working on for Windows Longhorn. It looks different. It has the categorized features of what you want to do with your system. There are some many unfinished features here. Going to desktop background, we are presented with an error, which is sad. And right off the bat, there are some new categories on the bottom that you can change to a solid color, which I'm going to pick a light blue, or if desired, you can do a custom color. So this is what the desktop would look, and yes, as I said, this is not finished, and there will be a lot of bugs with this new feature, but there you go, we got a light blue background. Next up is you can change or even make your own color gradient if desired, something that was not implemented in the final build of Windows Vista. So I will pick light blue with light green, and my desktop will look like air. Use the desktop background. And there we go, we got blue and light green as the wallpaper. We can make a rotating photo wallpaper, but this functionality is not done. We can, of course, as the title says, you can change the picture to be your wallpaper. Nothing special here, except error. There's something. We can make a collage of photo as a wallpaper. So we can choose multiple wallpapers to be included in the collage, and this is how it would look. So we can use that, and there we go. We got multiple desktop wallpaper in one wallpaper on my desktop. So scale and resolutions just crashes the whole desktop properties window. So that's sad. The display connection settings looks pretty basic. The monitor properties and the adapter properties isn't done. The theme settings is not done. The screensaver settings is not done. The use classic display control panel is done, but opens up the classic display properties you see in Windows XP. This build has the new sidebar, which we can enable through the taskbar settings. Of course, there's nothing added, so we can add the clock. We can add the desktop manager, which is a earlier version of the virtual desktops you've seen in Windows 10. So let's say we want to open up some games like Solitaire. But wait, I want to get back to work, so I can quickly switch to my notepad environment and continue working. Or if I'm feeling creative, I can open up Paint and I can paint something. Or if I want to go online, I can do it on my other desktop. So right off the bat, I can easily change my desktop or my workspace, I would say. Sometimes it's buggy, sometimes you click on it, it doesn't execute it, so you have to click on it multiple times. I do not want to sign up for MSN, so I'm done with my workspace. So, okay, closing Paint crosses Paint. Anyway, File Explorer on my computer has some changes. Right off the bat, we got a different type of skin added and a different sidebar. And apologies, but ignore the red line that goes across the screen. That's normal for this build. So if you were to click on a folder, it plays an animation that goes back and forth. Sometimes clicking anything lags my computer. Attempting to select multiple items in Explorer will show up in the details view. Previewing audio or video shows up an old style of Windows Media Player for some reason, but it worked. So on the sidebar, you can make transparent, untransparent, and if you're that crazy, you can make the whole sidebar that big. Yeah, good luck getting your work done with that big sidebar. And you can put your whole start menu in the sidebar, so you can execute programs from there if desired. This build has a very basic desktop composition engine, which results in the transparent window, which I'm doing through a registry tweak. But here you go, this is what it looks like. Right off the bat, my wallpaper is gone. However, if I were to open up an application, you may notice there's transparency added to it. Ooh. I mean, back in 2002, there was something new that Microsoft have done, even though macOS 10 has been doing it for months now. Here's a better view of the whole transparency window. You can see the wallpaper is blended through the Solitaire and File Explorer, even though my desktop wallpaper is broken and paint crashes. That's nice. Okay, so we're moving on to this next build, which is build 3718. Everything looks the same though, so let's skip the desktop. Oh my god. And now. Oh my god, I said shut up and end now. Strangely, we got the Windows XP 64-bit edition setup, even though I downloaded the 32-bit version. Okay, so here we are with this new build of Windows XP. So, right off the bat... okay. Thank you Capture Card, for doing that. So right off the bat, nothing looks different except my sidebar is broken. That's to be expected in this build. So starting with my computer, we can see the details view is not enabled by default. But even though enabling it, the back and forth animation has been removed. Okay, so there's a bug where you cannot show contents in this folder. So you need to disable the sidebar for you to see the contents of this folder. Also, you can change the size by using Control and your scroll wheel. However, it is reversed. So if you want to zoom in, you need to scroll down. If you want to zoom out, you need to scroll up. There's a new Avalon-based application called My TV, which I assume is going to be a TV guide for Windows, similar to what Web TV for Windows 98 had. But this time it doesn't work at all. It just crashes upon startup. The Avalon-based controller panel for display properties has been reverted back to the classic one. And yes, we have a new wallpaper, but for some reason, since I've upgraded to this build, it kept my wallpaper. So there's a new Milestone 3 build wallpaper. The sidebar allows you to switch between the new taskbar, which looks similar like this. Applications now group on the middle instead of the left side as we are used to. This is a new auto run window, which looks like this. That's it for that build. This is build 4008, which we have a new setup screen. Don't you just love it where you have to manually put dashes because... Is it because someone at Microsoft didn't offer to take 3 minutes of the time to encode a dash feature? So this is the setup interface of this new build of Windows Longhorn. So you can pick your partition or your disk, And this build has the Windows pre-installation environment. So there's a new boot.ini entry called Windows PE, which looks very different. If you want to install Windows XP, you will get greeted with this blue and gray interface. But this time, because we're building into the pre-installation environment, we got a proper mouse, even though we got a low bit depth color because pre-installation environment, I guess. After reboot, you get greeted with this. And yes, the please wait will remain there for 12 minutes. Whoa, what happened here? Oh yeah, this is the first build to include a new out-of-box experience, which looked very basic and nothing like what we had in Windows XP or Windows Vista. The logon UI looks the same, but we got a different wallpaper. Now we're saying milestone 4, and now we need to install the unknown device that found new hardware wizard found. So I was installing my display drivers, and this is what I get. Don't you just love it? Yeah. I think it's 16-bit color. I don't know. So I fixed my screen, but I broke the sidebar again. So my computer has a new look to it. We got a new details view. So if we were to select something like my pictures and video, you get a nice looking preview of what the content of that folder is. Now there are 3 little placeholder icons. If I were to decrease the size, we can click on them, but it doesn't do anything. So going to a folder, you can see a Longhorn clock for some reason. Yes, so as you can see, we got a different color details view. The properties window is powered by Internet Explorer. Oh, I crashed it. If you continue to experience a problem, restart your computer. How about now? Luckily, we got the basic properties window. Okay, stop crashing Longhorn. Longhorn doesn't like that, especially Internet Explorer. On the topic of the sidebar, implementing the registry tweak enables us to see more sidebar options, such as Internet Free Cam, which was broadcasting the highway of some state that I forgot. Longhorn status, which is broken and makes everything broken. Yes. So Longhorn status causes the graphical glitch. So that's nice. This is the RMA test, which looks like a clock, but if we were to resize it, we can make a fat clock. Yeah. I forgot to say this in my... Oh. Okay, attempting to play video or anything from the Windows Media Player from the sidebar crashes it. But I forgot to mention that the last build had Windows Media Player as a sidebar. But it actually worked, but this one just crashes immediately. Hey guys, remember the My TV app from Longhorn? Guess what? It semi-works, but most of the features doesn't even work. So that's sad. Or some of them just give out a blatant error window. So that's nice. There's a new About Windows dialog. There's a new My Contacts window. But if we were to... Yeah, well, that was hiding, but we can now import contacts. But I don't know if it's working or not working because I do not have any of these. Next up is build 4015. This build now adds the dashes for you automatically. Now, instead of Windows PE, it now calls itself Windows Longhorn setup. The installation or the pre-installation environment looks the same, so let's skip to desktop. Oh, before we do, this is a new boot animation. For those of you wondering, there's a brand new logon UI, which look like this. Right off the bat, we got the milestone 5 wallpaper and Windows storage engine crashed for some reason. Anyway, we got the new Longhorn milestone 5 wallpaper, a new sidebar, and a brand new taskbar. You can include the sidebar as your taskbar, I guess. Explorer has been modified yet again, but click on a local disk shows up a very low quality version of the local disk. For some reason, my shortcut on my Windows XP machine showed up again for some reason, so that's nice. This is the music library and it has a nice look to it. And my all programs seems to be all new even though there's nothing new. And we get this My Contacts, which is buggy, but it kind of works. I don't know if anyone who can confirm it works, it works. If not, it doesn't work. The new Properties window powered by Internet Explorer is behaving this time, and it has a different look to it. This is a blank game library folder which has nothing in it. Oh, there's the new Longhorn status. Oh, it crashes Explore. Okay. This is build 4051, which right off the bat looks different. And now we got a new setup interface, which kind of resembles Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 10. This is the first build to call itself the PDC. This was given out to the Professional Developers Conference keynote attendees to try out to mess with Windows Longhorn. Now we got two Windows Longhorn, Windows PE, and Windows Longhorn setup. That's nice. But now calling itself Windows pre-installation environment instead of the Windows setup. And shortly after, there's a modified boot animation again. There's yet again a brand new WinLogon UI, which looked very basic compared to the last build. And here we are, we got the new desktop wallpaper. And there's a critical bug where if your user account lacks a password, this is what you get. You get a desktop wallpaper, your desktop icons, and that's it. There's no taskbar. To fix this, you need to add a password to the account. Next, you can do so by pressing Ctrl-Alt-Delete, which now brings up Windows Security instead of opening up Task Manager. So yes, you need to enter a password or assign a password to the account because Explorer will not load fully. So as you can see, you need to press Ctrl-Alt-Delete to log in, and I will put my infamous password, and then now Explorer loads properly this time. And now we need to install the unknown device again for some reason. So here we are. We got a Windows XP-like taskbar again, XP-like start menu, and I need to install the drivers again. Installing the display drivers results in a very low quality version or very low color depth, I guess. There's a new About Windows dialog window, and yes, there's a new File Explorer, which we can see here. We got the new contacts window, which you can now import multiple contacts at once. There's a new games library folder, so you can play games. The overall look of the File Explorer has been changed heavily. There's a brand new properties window, which looks a lot more detailed and a little bit more mature, but still powered by Internet Explorer. There's a new auto run window, which looks like this. Oops. This is a new auto run window, and right off the bat there's a nice animation of a drive going back and forth, and sometimes it flips over and plays up animation again. Right now we're going to install build 4074. However, the setup interface, the boot animation is still the same, so let's skip the desktop. Here it is with the brand new desktop wallpaper and a modified File Explorer. As you can see, there are some new icons added, such as the floppy, the games, the music, photos library, contacts, and other icons that we have here. For this build, there's a new arrow effect. Who did that? As I was saying, there's a brand new arrow effect, which I need to enable through command prompt. Alright, so I've successfully enabled arrow, and this is what it looks like. So if we were to open an application, it places nice zoom in out of effect. And if I were to hold down the Windows key and tab, we get the flip 3D, but for some reason we can drag that window for some reason, so that's nice. There are also times where opening a window will cause lag, or the open animation would lag. So let's go on. Oh, okay, the auto run window is kind of excited, or very excited to see me because the animation is all glitched out. That's nice. Oh, and auto run, oh. Okay. The next build, 4093, setup installation looks the same. So let's go to desktop. So here it is. This is the last build before the reset. In fact, Microsoft already started working on the post reset for Windows Longhorn. Now for this build has a bug with your floppy drive and your CD drive registers as a hard disk drive. And you won't be able to go back because this is what you get. You get a broken File Explorer. The sidebar has some changes where... Oh, okay. It turns out that this build of Windows Longhorn, if you try to add something to the sidebar, Explorer.exe will break permanently, which you need to make a new user account to continue. So here we are on a brand new user account. This time, the sidebar is extremely broken in this build, so don't add anything or else your Explorer will break permanently. Explorer has some changes where if you hover over a specific item like a folder, it shows a little thumbnail and details of the folder in question. So the control panel has two new features, such as text to speech. However, I wasn't able to get working because I do not have any proper sound drivers installed because neither Dell or Microsoft provided working drivers for this machine. This build has a brand new movie maker which is extremely buggy and you will get associated errors left and right. However, here's a challenge. I will try to make a movie using Movie Maker 3.0. Wish me luck. Okay, I got it to work. So unfortunately, I cannot render a video because it doesn't work at all, unfortunately. So, there's a movie on the desktop, but another bug where Windows Media Player doesn't work at all in this build and would result in Explorer locking up again when you try to open a movie file. There's a new display settings window, but it's still broken. But we got more options this time. We can directly change the theme and appearances, which opens up the classic control. Yeah, 1 Hz. Yeah, perfect. We can go ahead and change the amount of colors, which crashes the whole application. So let's ignore that. There are many errors that says it's not implemented. This is the new power settings for laptops, I guess. But we have it on for desktops. But for some reason, this window is more buggier than the last window. Okay, quick question. Do you want the power button to do nothing, ask me what to do, shut down, or system.windows.controls.combo box item : standby recommended? I think I would pick standby. Oh, okay, the OK button is hidden for me, so I need to maximize and click finish. Oh, never mind, it crashes the whole window. Oh, we can somehow change the monitor brightness on a CRT monitor? I don't know if Windows Longhorn can do that. So this is it, people. That was the pre-reset build. After that build has been pushed out, Microsoft has been working on a new version of Windows Longhorn, which is based off the Windows Server 2003 codebase instead of the Windows XP codebase from 2001. Again, just to show you Microsoft is lazy when it comes to making a new operating system. So here we are. This is Windows codename Longhorn post-reset build 5048. Oops. Right off the bat, there's a new Windows Boot Manager boot entry. This is the first build to only work exclusively on ACPI systems. If your computer does not have ACPI, you get this message when you try to upgrade or even install or even try to boot from this build. And yes, this is a new boot logo. You're welcome. So, this is it. This is the post-reset build. Right off the bat, take a look at About Windows. There's a search bar added to this build. However, it is not finished, and opening up an application while we're searching causes the start menu to fade away. Take a look again. Here's something that is not in Windows Vista. It's the ability to change the icon size for the searches you've done in the start menu. You can save your search query somewhere else, so you can open up the search query that you have saved so you can search and search and search. As you can see right here, Compact Wizard is not having a good day today. We're just gonna leave it like that, okay? Just pretend that never happened. Okay, so What the? Oh, okay. The post-reset build offers arrow effects, which I'm going to execute by running the run command. Right off the bat, if we were to open up a window, you can see the flyout animation and transparent title bars. So that's cool. So let's go ahead and open up some applications for a demo. So as you can see, the pop-in animation, the bubble, the system bubble is broken, and minimizing and restoring a window plus a twist animation. Windows Media Player 10 has been added in this Longhorn build, and this is what it looks like. It is glitchy with the arrow effects enabled, by the way, but it works. Because I don't have any audio drivers, I cannot showcase you, but take my word, it does work. Oh yeah, File Explorer, as you can see, has been changed again. There's a new status bar, and pretending to play video with arrow doesn't work for some reason. Oh, let's talk about the control panel. Yes, the control panel has been changed in this build. It might look like what we have today, but the functionality is very different, as you can see here. Of course, if you're like me, I prefer the classic control panel view. As you can see, everything is grouped in individual categories for some reason, but most of them is under unspecified. Build 5112. This build has a brand new setup interface and a new setup window. Finally, some changes for over months now, but no changes at all. This is the first build of Longhorn to call itself Windows Vista. However, the About Windows dialog window still call itself Windows Longhorn. Explorer is taking a shape to what is going to become the final Explorer for Windows Vista. This is the control panel, and we can squish and resize it, squish. But yeah, this is what the control panel looks like. So as you can see, most of the features are coming together slowly. Internet Explorer 7 was added to this build, but it's a beta version with a different logo. Windows Explorer is finally taking shape of Windows Vista, slowly but surely. This is the first build to include the user account protection. This predates the user account control, which I will demonstrate by making a limited account right now. So let's say I want to turn on System Restore. As you can see, I need admin privileges, which I need to enter in the user account of an administrator before I continue. If I were to put administrator without password, as you can see, I get instantly denied. So to change the user account, if I were to log in with my existing account, you can see I have the basic limited account options. But if I were to put in my administrator account and my administrator password, you can see that I now have the administrator control panel for user accounts. Before moving on to the next build, this particular build of Windows Vista was showcased by Ken Verbrat. Ken Verbrat was responsible for the whole arrow design for Windows Vista, and I want to play the video of him explaining what arrow does and what arrow is shown. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Cam Vedbrat. I'm a lead program manager on the Windows client team. I was the lead program manager for 2 years on the Arrow effort, working with the design team to do the redesign of the user interface. Arrow, it's an acronym. It stands for Authentic, Energy, Reflective, and Open. And
yeah, we can shoot your screen.
yeah, how about not the crash dialog? We spent a great deal of time trying to just reduce the number of jarring things that happen in the experience and make sure that things just feel very streamlined, very efficient. It's little things like when I open a window, so if I open Calculator, it comes out very smoothly. It doesn't just pop in your face like that. Even more subtle things, actually, if you get really close on the minimize, maximize, and close buttons, you can see how they kind of light up and they fade. You can't actually maximize Calculator, so that one doesn't light up. This is Windows Explorer, and he actually has glass in the client area, not just in the frame of the window. Watch what happens to the video under the trailer. Like, the video is actually blurry as well, and we're able to do that blur in real time because we're doing this on a graphics card. So one thing I can do, because I've got D3D powering the experience, is I can actually move my windows in 3D.
Whoa.
And I can cycle through them, and I can roll the mouse wheel and just go to the window I want very easily.
Show me your mouse.
I'm just rolling the mouse wheel.
Excellent.
I can even slow it down if I want to show off how powerful my PC is, to just kind of show off to my friends. I held down the shift key. we've improved the traditional UI for window switching, and we've given it a name. So now we call that Flip. So we have Flip and Flip 3D. So Flip just lets you see the windows that you're cycling through in a kind of less immersive, kind of flat thing. So if you just want to twitch and go from one window to the next, we can let you do that. And this is an application that our intern wrote that lets you take the live previews and just switch through them in a different way. And here, he scales windows up, and you can actually kind of see the one that's selected in here. And what he did was he grouped them by process. So
that's pretty much it for build 5112. Next up is build 5259. Right off the bat, there's a new installation window. When you navigate to pages, it plays a fade transition. Here we are, this is the first out-of-box window for Windows Vista. Right off the bat, you can change the country or region, which is United States. You can pick a profile picture, which uses the Windows XP ones. You can change the wallpaper. You can change your security settings, time zone, and we're ready to start. Select start. Wait, that's not the wallpaper I picked. Oh, there it is, never mind. So here we are, we got the new desktop with the new taskbar, and apparently supplemental drivers need permission to install. Select install. There's a new start menu. File Explorer is taking shape. However, I couldn't get error working in this build. Windows Explorer tend to crash a lot in this build. Opening system properties requires admin permissions. There's a new control panel. There's a new about the system page. There's a personalization page in the control panel. There's a new screensaver. This is a new Windows sound page. There's an Express theme that's also broken. There's a new About Windows page. There's a new codename Windows Collaboration window that doesn't work. This is Windows Anti-Spyware, similar to Windows Defender, but it's called Anti-Spyware. There's a Windows Transfer that doesn't work. This is Windows Vista build 5384. Right off the bat, there's a new drive selection icon, and now it looks very similar to what we have today. There's a new boot animation. This looks the same for some reason. There's a modified out-of-box experience that looks something like the final. There's a new account picture that you can pick. You can change the wallpaper, change the security settings, change the date, time, and time zone, and we're ready to start. Select start. There's a new orb animation. There's a new logon UI. It still has the same Windows XP sounds for some reason. The sidebar loads this time, and now we got the welcome center. There is a modified start menu. Windows Explorer looks final, but it's not. I got the arrow effects working in this build. There is Flip 3D that you can waste time doing. The About Windows dialog is final. There's a new gadgets. Excuse me. You can throw your feedback away, just like what Microsoft employees do. You need your permission to delete. There's a new Windows Security Center. View basic information about your computer is final. There's a rate your computer experience thing. Windows Vista rated my computer as 3 for some reason. The new widgets are... The new gadgets failed to load for some reason. Sometimes this happens. There's a new Windows Media Center. You can watch a TV show. You get the idea. You can play music. You can annoy your friends. You can watch movies.
Okay, people.
There's a new Windows Update page. This is the new photo gallery. There's a new Games Explorer, and most of the games have been refreshed. This is build 5840, also known as the Release Candidate 2. As you can see, we got a more finalized look for the out-of-box experience. Smart meet beautiful. Browse with control and confidence. Family safety settings. Make face-to-face meetings more productive. Quickly find anything. Are you sure about that? The most secure Windows are to date. Information and tasks at your fingertips. Share a moment. Capture a memory. Be the director. The director of what? Science? Movie? TV? Cable? Company? I don't know. Smart. Yeah, you get the idea. I did not add that in. That's the login sound. And we got a finalized logon UI. Ah, for crying out loud. Really? Do I need to activate Windows? Oh, fine. Woo! Here we are. We got the final look of the welcome page. Okay. About Windows dialog is final. File Explorer is final. Control panel is final. There's a new egg timer gadget for some reason. Every 5 seconds, play this sound. Hey, my age already. Some of the sounds are from Windows XP. However, the Exit Windows has a new sound. Strangely, the Windows 98 sound effects is in here for some reason. So there you have it, people. this is the development history of Windows Vista and Windows Longhorn. Longhorn was scheduled to be released in 2003 as a gap between Blackcomb and Whistler. Longhorn was going to be a small release for Windows XP, while Microsoft was saving for big features for Blackcomb, which Blackcomb became Windows 7. However, the development team overstuffed Windows Longhorn with too many new technologies, thus delaying the launch event for Windows Longhorn. So, the result? Microsoft reset development for Windows Longhorn, starting with the Windows Server 2003 codebase instead of Windows XP codebase. It's sad because many consumers were looking at Windows Longhorn to be the future version of Windows. In fact, there are so many concept videos they can find online, showcasing what Windows Longhorn could do. Unfortunately, Microsoft did not deliver that promise. Nevertheless, Windows Vista, as most people call it, the worst versions of Windows compared to Windows Millennium Edition or even Windows 10. Many people may have opinions about Windows Vista being okay after Service Pack releases, but I want to hear your opinions about Windows Vista in the comments below. That is all for now. Thank you very much for watching.